Shouldn't be that long today. We always like to start off with a little science. Whenever you're ready, Noble B.
Let's do it to it. I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart beating, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest speaking, man breathing me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I must leave, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun. It's in your routine. It's how you bring reality. Working like a slave. That's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god. I lay at night. I rest in peace. They remember me, but I cannot go round the beat.
MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by BindingBooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to visit Herbs of Ma'at for all of your teas. Ma'at Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for all of your musical stylists, be sure to visit VHMadeMusic.com for your everyday items and rich reviews. That's MorrisHabitat.com. And for that everyday East West Real Morris Strip, be sure to visit MorrisSachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Kari Goodman Bay.
Peace, 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 peace. How everybody doing today, family?
Excellent. Another beautiful Sunday.
Man, you know it. Like you say, you know that I know.
Come on.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. But it's a beautiful day today. We're going to get to the science. You know, it's not going to be too long. We're going to give a little introduction of some little science. And then since today is Sunday, we're going to give a little biblical history, and we out of here. And we open it up for questions. And if it's no questions, we'll do our message, we'll do our prayer, we'll do our benediction, and we out of here. Islam?
Islam.
Can you give us our Moorish American prayer?
Yes, sir. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayah Asha'ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 right? Peace.
Peace, Noble Alonzo. How you doing, my brother?
Great, sir. How the drive? How you shake?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man, as always. Who that? Noble Malik, Noble Barclay, Noble Brian, all my brothers. Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
We're going to kick the ballistics real fast, and we're going to give a little biblical history. Not even going to take that long, just to keep some things fresh in our hippocampus, and we're going to proceed to carry on. So, like my Noble Malik was always saying about the right science, getting your mind, your body, and your spirit in the right shape to even be able to receive a message. Your battery have to be, how can I say, with some type of charge in it to even receive what I'm saying. Like Noble Malik saying, you so polluted. And a lot of times people can't hear because they polluted. And so they can't even receive the message. Why? Because the vessel is so polluted.
Islam.
And that touched me. And that's been touching me. And I say, like we always say, what's the use of a doctor if no one's sick? So once again, I wonder, we can get more bees with honey. So when we tell brothers and sisters, we come with divine warnings, and we don't have to say any names. Once you get the truth will make you free. Anything else is your criminal behaviors and lower self. Could you come out of that? That's not on me. But we always like to be transparent when we do things here at the BBT, because we don't want to get nothing mixed up, misconstrued, and we don't want nobody to be confused on how we operate. And so I always share things with brothers and sisters when they think this more science is some magical get out of card at the end of the rainbow. I've been professing this stuff for years and years. It's nothing secret about the Moorish Science Temple. If these individuals saying they sheiks and subordinate temples, well, we have bylaws and divine creeds and proclamations. I have a school. I created my own school where we don't have to deal with all those semantics and all those old people and even young people that's criminals, So this is a letter to the CCRD. It's titled to Karen A. Yarbrough, Recorder of Deeds, Register of Torrents, Titles, Cook County, Illinois. Just like when I was reading the state booklet yesterday for all these criminal Moors that say they studying more science. Like Noble Alonzo said the other day, if you have all this stuff that Sheik is telling you, which is part of the temple, and I'm laying out to you on a pattern, and we have certain things that we go by, and you still break them, then you are breaking the law and the bylaws and the covenants of what you say you go by. That's insanity. That's insanity. And when the Sheik is here delivering a message to you, no matter if you don't like my candor, I'm coming with a divine warning and a message to those that hear my voice, and they still don't listen. Sad. So this letter was July 8, 2016. It's 2025 now. This is 2016. It was, I got to say the names because this is free information. I told people they better stop playing. It was titled to Sheik Lonel Lovell, Sheikis Malta D. Lovell, and the so-called Moorish Science Temple of America. Sheik and Sheikis Lovell. And y'all can ask any questions as I go on. In the past few days, the Cook County Recorder of Deeds, just like when I broke in the state booklet, like Alonzo was saying, the CCRD is just a holder of records of what you say, of what this is. This is what I be telling people. You can't arbitrarily explain nothing. It has received several forms of emails corresponding from your regarding concerning that you have involving the organizational documents and other documents relating to the Moorish Science Temple of America, acronym MSTA. I am writing to address these concerns and clarify the role that the CCRD has as the custodian of these public records. Many of your concerns were raised in the form of numbered questions. The CCRD's response to these questions are as follows. And like I said, today is my last day doing any of this. After today, that's a wrap. I'm not going to allow nobody to be in our cipher that's doing any of this stupid stuff that I'm speaking on. That's crazy. Number one, this is the first question. In her capacity as the Register of Torrents title, what is the full scope of the fiduciary duty owed to document 1010-5905? I told y'all what that represent in the state booklet yesterday. I showed y'all. If anybody confused, talk about this, some trust fund at the end of the rainbow, you a fool. And the resulting entity, the Moorish Science Temple of America as a body politic, name and said document, the response. After reading your question, I assume that you are asking what the recorder's duties and responsibilities are in relation to this and other documents. In this regard, the recorder has two specific duties and responsibilities. First, the recorder is responsible for recording the documents that are entitled to be recorded. And second, the recorder has the responsibility of being the custodian of all recorded documents. Is that clear? Are we still clear on the same page? Don't nobody need me to explain nothing, do we? We clear, brothers? Because I know we clear. Islam?
Islam.
Okay, let me keep going. For the ones that got the fez on as a dunce hat. Because that's all it is to a lot of these old Negroes, these ex-military or these ex-prisoners or these people out here remedial. It's a dunce hat. Point blank. No other way to say it. You have on a dunce hat. Document 1010-5905 is an affidavit of organization. I hope I'm clear. Under the Religious Corporations Act, 805 ILCS 110 ET.SEQ, just like I showed you in the state booklet. Under the Religious Corporation Act, There are specific requirements that need to be met in order for a document to be recorded pursuant to that act. See the President-in-Law case, 805, ILCS 110-36. At that time, this document was presented to the CCRD. It met all of the requirements, and it was recorded. Any questions? Because I know my brother's clear, but do y'all got any questions for other people, Noble Lavo, that be out here playing, or Malik?
No, sir, not right now.
Okay, let's proceed. As custodian for this document and other recorded documents, unless specifically restricted by law, the documents are made available for purchase by public. See the President-in-Law, 55 ILCS 5-4-12002. What am I saying? This document is available for anybody. I don't care who you are. You can get with the seal for a small fee. Just like if you're a graduate from academia like myself, you can get your official transcripts with the seal on it for a fee. In other words, if a customer requires to purchase a certified or non-certified copy of this document from the CCRD will provide such a copy to the customer if they pay the required fee. I'm reading the document to y'all. I got the certified letter, so nobody can be saying, well, we don't know. Nope, you a lie. There ain't no truth in you. The CCRD has no other duties and responsibilities relating to this particular document. In other words, the CCRD is simply a custodian of this record and makes this available to the public for a fee. And let me clear up something else before I go on. The AA22 number ain't no get out of jail free card neither. That was attached to a document that was CM Bay, that's all. And it's not in the Library of Congress no more. That wasn't nothing but a doc number. That wasn't no information that you can get out of jail free, which all these retardo firedos be talking about. CM Bay. I'm sorry. The AA22 number is nothing. It was just a doc number in the Library of Congress where you can look up a document. That's all. That's all it was. And then people was using that like it was something so special, but it was nothing but attached to something where you can be tax exempt. But that's a whole nother story. Let's proceed. Question 2. What are the procedures for filing documents under the 805 ILCS Religious Corporation Act relating to property, mortgages, notes, etc.? Response: real estate related documents such as property deeds, mortgages, notes are not recorded under the Religious Corporation Act. For the recording requirements for real estate related documents, please see the state recording statute 55 ILCS 5ET.SEQ. They done, y'all. I'm showing you when people say they study, there's not more science. Everything is available. What are the procedures for including the Moorish Science Temple of America to list the body politics on file with the Cook County Recorder of Deeds? Here go their response. The CCRD does not maintain a list of body politics. So pretty much what they say, y'all retarded. With this said, as mentioned above, the CCRD accepts documents relating to the organization and corporation of religious entities under the Religious Corporation Act. The document that you are concerned with, document 1010-5905, has already been recorded by the CCRD. Question 4, isn't it true that in accordance to provisions made possible for the body politics under home rule, that documentation and laws of the Moorish Science Temple of America as a body politic are applicable to the management of said trust? Here go the response to these crazy people. The CCRD is unaware of what specific documentation and laws are applicable to the management of any trust maintained by or for the benefit of the Moorish Science Temple of America. It ain't nothing. I would like to note that the Religious Corporation Act states that trustees of religious organizations shall have the care, custody, and control of the real and personal property of that organization. You know, sheiks appointed to be trustees. They just making a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo like they some government body. And I told y'all, that's all pretend. What they doing, I told y'all, that's domestic terrorists, foreign and abroad. I show y'all that every year. C805 ILCS 110-43. The CCRD is not a trustee of any trust or trust assets being held by or for the benefit of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So when these retardos get on the internet and talk about and the trust, ask them what trust. And I listen out my mouth. There is no trust. There is no trust. Where everybody talk about, I can put in a trust fund. What you going to put in the trust fund? The Moorish Science Temple have nothing. Zero. It ain't nothing to trust. But Fuji does. They lying to you once again. You don't have nothing. Don't have no real estate. Don't have no money. The Moorish Science Temple of America that was in Chicago, it's all tore down, raggedy. So it ain't no. So we can stop all that. You know. Question 5. Has this office done any competent research to determine who are the current executive rulers of the Adapt Chamber or the Moorish Science Temple of America, sheiks with powers and duties similar to that of trustees? This is what they asking the damn course. They asking the CCRD, people that hold paper, all this stupid stuff. Here go their response. It is my understanding that the current sheiks of the Moorish Science Temple of America are reflected in recorded documents that amend 1010-5905. If this is your organization, like the BBT is our temple and school, we know who the sheiks and the muftis are. We don't got to ask nobody. Our paper's going to say. And when we upgrade anything, we upgrade it. We're not confused. If there are any changes to the trustees, that's what they call them, of these organizations that are not reflected in these documents, the CCRD would not be aware of them. So all these Negroes arguing over the internet, who's this, who's that? If you ain't changed it, how the CCRD gonna know something about your organization? Did you change your paperwork? Did you update your paperwork? No. So what you asking the CCRD for, stupo? I told y'all we dealing with a whole bunch of incompetent people. Is the office aware that only the founder, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, has the authority to issue document 1010-5905, and such has been the case since 8/1/1929. So just like when somebody is the power of attorney forever, it's the same thing. I told y'all we a theocracy. So when you understand what's going on with the temple and with the BBT, you're not confused. You're not confused because there's nothing to be confused about. You know? There's nothing to be confused about. Let me finish. We almost done. And we're going to get into the little science and we done. Response. Although I am unclear what you mean by issuing the document, but part of the recorder's duties include maintaining recorded documents and providing certified and non-certified copies of recorded documents for sale to the public. See 55 ILCS 5-4-12002. So I'll say like this. Oh yeah, man, I graduated from Cleary University with a dual bachelor's degree in business management with a minor in marketing sales and nonprofit business startup from Cleary University. When I graduated, baby, in 17, 14, you should be able to look me up in the archives. I can't get mad at the archive or the archives lying. How the damn archives lying? You say you graduated from there, all we got to do is look it up. They holding this due course. I had to do the work. And people be mad when you fact check these fools. Just like if CMB graduated from all these universities that say on this document that was in the Library of Congress, and you fact check it and he's nowhere to be found, no name, his name or nothing, then who's lying? Saying they graduated from this, they got master's degrees from this, and you look up the school in the yearbook, they ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't nowhere to be found. It's the same way with them other religious Muslims dudes. I ain't got to say the name, but put two and two together. The dude that said I talk about the singer, he got on TV with the singer Tank, talk about he got a master's degree from in Christian history and a master's degree in business. Him and the singer Tank with a green screen. Man, that's ICDC college that Master P and Romeo and them had back in the day. Stop playing. Stop playing. And this brother say he from the Nation of Islam. See, this is the stupid stuff we deal with. Is this office aware that the unauthorized issuance and collections of funds resulting from the said issuance constitutes a breach of registered fiduciary duty as custodian, criminal, fraud, embezzlement, etc.? Listen what they telling these crazies. Response. Your position is legally and factually incorrect. Please see the relevant statutory authority referenced above. So off the top, they telling these retardo fardos, your position is legally and factually incorrect. You know, these cronies always like to run to the court. We're going to the court with the Black Laws Dictionary. You gonna lose. It says your position is legally and factually incorrect. Please see what? The precedent in law that already broke down, but they are still trying to beat you to death. That's insanity, y'all. In some of your other correspondence, you indicate that the CCRD has refused to file certain real estate and non-real estate related documents and index them under trust. Here they go again, because they always say, well, we got the trust 1010. That ain't no trust. It's an affidavit, a religious affidavit. Anyone keep saying that, they lying. The 1010-5905. To be clear, document 1010-5905 is not a trust document. This document is simply an affidavit of organization under the Religious Corporation Act. What it means is that the document serves as a record that the Moorish Science Temple of America is organized and incorporated as a religious corporation under the Religious Corporation Act. The CCRD is not a trustee of any trust or trust assets maintained by or for the benefit of the MSTA. The responsibility lies with the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I'm telling you, the Moorish Science Temple of America don't have nothing. They probably don't even own the building that they in. If you are having difficulty recording certain documents in our office, please refer to the recording requirements referred in the legal authority cited above. The legal, not no made up Moorish law in somebody's basement smell like mothballs, and you dealing with somebody that call themselves the Moorish Consulate of Morocco. You gotta be crazy. And then you record it on the internet. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Finally, you indicate that you would like the Moorish Science Temple of America to place employees in the CCRD for various purposes. Listen clearly. State law clearly indicates that you have no authority to demand that you employ your members of your congregation in our office. The recorder has the right to control the internal operations of her office. C55 ILCS 5-3-5005.2. If you have any further questions regarding this letter, please submit them in writing to me at James Gleaf, Cook County Governor. This was in 2016. Any questions? Now, are we clear on what I just read? Anybody? We clear, right? I know we clear. I know all my brothers clear. Not even take long. My brother said it's sad that these Moors are here doing that. Well, that's them. They criminals, brother. And anybody else dealing with them, it's all criminal act. It's nothing criminal about the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's nothing criminal about my temple in school, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school. That's why I be telling brothers and sisters that want to learn, come here and learn. I don't have to talk about the temple. I can talk about them brothers that ain't right because the science is laid out for you. Your map and guide is polluted. Watch, we're going to give a little Bible history and we out of here because today's Sunday. We from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. We don't diss nothing. I showed you and I proved over and over that the misnomer black man is the father of civilization proved by the Bible alone. So let me just give a little history. I'm going to give a little preference. It's so many people that talk like me and scholars before myself. Dr. Morrissey, you know, but I want to talk about a little bit of the Bible history of the so-called word negro. You know, it's important. And I use the word at the author say negro in this reference to designate the descendant of Ham. Genesis 10:6 and 20, mainly from a Bible standpoint. In using the word negro, I am also aware that the question of a proper name for a race of so many different colors often arises. And this the author back in the 1800s. That's why I say all this stuff was talked about. That's why we add value too. We don't diss brothers and sisters that did the work. We in the flesh. I'm here to add to. Come on, we have to jump behind something that's right. In using the word Negro, we got to understand that the Negro race, there are some persons, black, brown, other yellow, and still others are very nearly white, that they can scarcely be distinguished from members of the white race. Y'all know that because in the 1828 Webster Dictionary, what they call us copper color races found here by the Europeans. And mulatto, you know what a mulatto was. When you start doing the history of J. Edgar Hoover, start researching him and his history. And I'll show you a book that an empress just wrote and her bloodline and how she's kin to J. Edgar Hoover. Now, if you say she lying, which all Negroes do be speculative, but her history and her bloodline prove that J. Edgar Hoover is melanated from her bloodline. But that's a whole nother question. That's a whole nother science. I told y'all, it's a book called Tenzer. It's called The Forgotten Call of the Civil War. It costs about $1,700 on Amazon. All my muftis have them. I'll be offering all these books of scholarship for people, but it fall on deaf ears. All Europeans have them because they get them from me and they pay top dollar. And I'll be trying to give it to all my brothers and sisters that's following that come to class for pennies of the dollar, which is a tax-exempt receipt. I'm telling y'all, Mufti, did y'all, before I proceed, did y'all see what I sent y'all in the text stream of that preacher that was under the deposition of just spending all the church money and talk about he sweat a lot. That's why he got to spend. That's why he spent $30,000 worth of suits in 1 month. He had a Benz and he cut the Benz and made it a goddamn limo. I shared it in the text stream.
Yeah, I seen that.
And that's what people be saying, like, Sheik, if you, and that's what a lot of my professors and stuff be saying, like, Sheik, if you just had a small fraction of what these people are doing, you would make it happen. You will have temple in schools. You will help people. This man charity and charity service is only 70,000, but his entertainment and clothes and eating was 200-some thousand. His house, millions. Come on, man. But that's what we like. Yeah, that's what we like. That's what these Negroes like. I said, we don't have nothing. We don't have no infrastructure. This clown stuff. And it's still, and it's all legit. Why? Because it's tax exempt. That's why I'm saying what we can have, man. If we got a pure heart like myself and people support like they support all the criminal stuff, we can have something. Yep. But we know the copper-colored racists. But since the name more generally used by eminent color writers, we have used the term that people like or describe, Negro. But we know we Moors, but I'm using it as a speaking reference. Got to come to class Saturday to come to history class and civics, so stay in context. In many parts of North America, a Negro may be as much as 7/8 white, since the term refers to any person who is of Negro descent, even in the smallest degree. You heard me, Malik? White by law. They ain't catching us, Malik. They steady on deaf ears. They steady on some 14th Amendment slaves. I said in many parts of North America, a Negro may be as much as 7/8 white, since the term refers to any person who is of Negro descent. Read the SF 181 form. For all these smart people, they lost, Malik, even in the smallest degree.
The idea what you talking about is real, but it's the fact that all what's been promulgated all their life is the opposite of what you telling them factually.
Yes, yes. And I did this in academia. It is in the sense that I have used the term Negro with reference to the Bible character designated in the book. Just like I showed you, I could prove that the black man that the father of civilization proved by the Bible. A lecture about a couple of weeks ago, I'll show all the melanated of the Old Testament church fathers and the New Testament without a doubt, without a contradiction. Then I took it to the Russian icons. To who? Vladimir Ivanov. And then I traced it all the way to St. Mark. And I showed you all that to show you that the Russian icons, all that is the early church fathers. You got to connect it. It's there. No one can deny it. No one can deny what we're saying. We standing up and arising. We ain't dissing no one. In the preparation of this work, we have written in simple, plain manner that which to mine corroborate by some of the foremost Bible scholars. When I talk about peer-reviewed scholarly research, when I was in academia, all my research nobles had to be peer-reviewed scholarly research. So when I did verbal dissertations or written dissertations, it don't matter how you feel. I'm gonna spank you with that wisdom. I don't care what you think you are, or what you profess. Peer-reviewed scholarly research is gonna trump all dogma. Period, Malik. Hence, while some may not agree with me on a subject, which I say, you don't have to like my candor, of such vast importance, you should. Yet I have the satisfaction of knowing for myself that I have consciously endeavored to follow strictly the teachings of the Bible wherever directed to Negro men and women, bearing in mind, as an eminent writer has said, if you do not wish to be criticized, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing. See, I told you, I'm built for this. I've been through the fire. I've been ridiculed. And I've been challenged by European professors and scholars and potentates and medicines. Came out, went through the lion's den. I'm 99 degrees of ancient of Memphis right in this room. I don't be trying to disrespect no one. No European Negro Mason, black or white. 32 degrees is a snowman. I'm 99. I ain't took no oath. You know, I'm initiated through the wisdom. This ain't no snowman wisdom. Why wouldn't you want to be part of this? This is the order of Melchizedek. Come on, man. All my brothers should be under the sound of the voice. My object in sending forth this volume of this piece of work is to inspire and greater desire to read your biblical scripture instead of talking about the Bible is some white man book. Why are we letting these retardo fardos do that get on the internet, that just barking like dogs? We should have been let them caricatures sit down. The Bible is a white man book. You a fool. Then how are you ancient? What you say, Malik?
I would like to know, like, how many people actually know who Melchizedek is that goes to church.
They don't, Malik. They don't read. I'm telling you, Malik, no disrespect. They don't. They don't, when they go to church or Bible study, they got they Bible study books come from the Catholic diocese. When they have Bible study, they ain't having, it's somebody there having Bible. The preacher ain't there teaching the ministers. It's a whole bunch of jungle bunnies. No disrespect. No disrespect.
Right. Because I went and I read over Melchizedek myself because I read it for myself. But most people who go to church, they never will talk about Melchizedek at all. So they don't even know who that is. So that probably is falling on deaf ears when you say that here, because most people who go to church ain't never heard of Melchizedek because they not going over that Bible study.
But most people in church, they not studying the Bible. Most of they not studying this. That, like, let's just be honest, they not studying the scriptures, because if you study the scriptures, you're gonna know everything I'm saying. Turn that off, man. You cannot study the scriptures and say you a biblical scholar, a teacher, a mapper, and a guy, and not know what I'm talking about. Malik, no person that said they was anointed and called, they cannot get in no pulpit and say they don't know what I'm talking about. If that's the case, you're not equipped, because the Bible says there's qualifications to be a pastor, a sheik, a shepherd, a rabbi. Qualifications. It's qualifications. You must be able to preach and teach. Most of them can't even teach. They went to seminary. So that means they under a certain doctrine. They don't know nothing. I know people went to seminary and never even studied the Old Testament, never even cross-referenced nothing. So we're dealing with people that's unequipped. That's why all my European professors and Jewish colleagues call me Melchizedek, because they study the Bible. Most preachers don't even know the Jewish texts. They never studied them. They never studied the 18. They never studied nothing. Everything is spookism, but then they want to call everybody this and that. But Malik, don't all Christians celebrate every holiday? They celebrate Chicken Rabbit Day. You know what Chicken Rabbit Day is? Easter. I didn't even know rabbits lay eggs. They celebrate Chicken Rabbit Day. They celebrate Santa Claus. They celebrate every pagan thing in the world. You got the audacity to point fingers, Malik. So none of them studying nothing. I've been a minister of 2 big churches in the city of Flint. That's why I talk about it. I love the organization, because the church where people gather. If it was done right, we'll own stuff in our neighborhood. If people support what we're doing, we'll make all these churches sit on their hands. All these organizations, we'll make them sit on their hands. Because I tell y'all, we tax exempt for the federal government. I get everybody a tax exempt receipt. We build our infrastructure. It's too simple. This stuff is too simple. This not hard. And I speak like that, Malik, with conviction, because I know how simple it is. Just like how I showed y'all, it's not complex. I'm a teacher. I have a business degree. I can sit down. We can do this. In 1 calendar year, we can have everything I'm talking about. Tax exempt for the federal government, religious, charitable, scientifically, educational wise. That's how, It's that simple. It's that simple. Did we be afraid of the church? We are the church. We of this world. We got to do good business. We got to do business together. We have to barter together. I do good business if I sell all my Jewish colleagues their yarmulkes and talents out here in Arizona. I don't even talk about it. If I show y'all how many talents and yarmulkes I sell each year, you'll be like, damn. I'm like, yeah, they get them from me. My Mason pilots get their fezzes from me. My Noble Malik just had to get him a new one. This is what we do. This is part of our life.
Yes, sir.
So as I proceed, because I don't want to be too long, we're only 30 minutes in. But what we're trying to do is show the history and the ancient triumphs and glorious achievements of the races, assigning the Negro a place among the foremost races of the world in wealth, education, honor, and religion, a history to which every member of race may point with great pride and profound gratitude to the Almighty God today. For the best way to judge by the future of any people is by the past. Even if a small degree I may accomplish in this writing, even a small degree I may accomplish in all the books that I've gathered and compiled. If all my brothers don't have them, and when my flesh gone and they fly off the book, and my empress, if she's still alive, or my daughter, or my grandkids reap the benefits off what I've done. I put the work out there. The work is out there now. Nobody can say I didn't do the work, and I'm about to put 10 more books out. I'm about to put 10 more books out on my own dime. I ain't collected a penny from nobody, asked nobody to do nothing. This all on my own penny. I ain't hustled nobody. I ain't collected no money, no $4 million said I'm gonna open up a school and still get on here and talk about donations. Give me the opportunity. Support me like that and see what I do. Give me a chance. We're gonna make it happen. I'm here to show you that what can happen. I'm showing you a finished product. I'm not only the owner, I'm a client. You know? In the name of God, the Father of all mankind, and in the name of the Christ within, the world Redeemer, I send forth what? As a missionary on a mission. Watch this, y'all. Ham, the ancestor of the Negro race. The Creator never cursed our skin black, but he did curse the skin, what? Leprosy, and not only for a minute time for our kids to be like that. Our skin ain't no curse. We sun-kissed. Ham, the ancestor of the Negro race. The son of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim. Mizraim is Egypt in your Bible. The ancient rite of Memphis and Mizraim. This is part of Masonry. I keep telling y'all, the European will tell you that he or she is the son of a Muslim, but your brother will tell you he's some widow's son. Man, we got to stop dealing with these cronies, man. They got the wrong science. Oh, Adam and Eve is the birth of everybody in the Bible. How? Are you retarded? How? Okay, what about the Amorites? What? It's in the Bible. And the Zeramites. What? And the Hammonites. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. Read Genesis chapter 10, verse 18. I broke this down a plethora of times when I be illuminating language. Especially, I love my so-called Muslim brothers and my Arabic brothers, and they say they're from the Middle East. Man, dude, if your Arabic language comes from the Cyrillic alphabet, so a lot of stuff you talk about, you misquoting, but that's a whole nother conversation. I told you I ain't on nobody's side. I'm on the Creator side. I ain't on nobody's side. Both Negroes can get it. All of them can get it. I'm standing alone with my brothers, period. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be faithful and multiply and replenish the earth. Genesis 9:1. When we talk about in the biblical scripture, the genealogy of Yahshua the Messiah, why you think those misnomer Negro preachers don't want to talk about Ruth the Moabitess and Tamar? And those Southern preachers, they talk about women can't do this. Well, I don't want to do nothing with a whole bunch of men. I'm sorry. How we gonna have kids with a whole bunch of hard legs walking around act like it's a pissing contest with a whole bunch of Negroes that dropped out of school in the 3rd grade but want to try to compete with a person that's a PhD? I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around the brothers. I can't employ my wisdom in them. They think they know something. Them Negroes dropped out of school in the 3rd grade. Please. But you got Black Law's Dictionary. It's just retarded. It's just like going in Living Color. Remember when Living Color, when the brother was locked up and they using all them big words? I don't care how many big words you're using, you locked up. And then we always want to use these Europeans behind jail with all this, your social security number. They locked up. None of that stuff worked. Ham means hot. The Egyptian Kim, the Kim. You know, when I talk about in clay, if you was young, when you making that clay project and then they put that clay project in the Kim, it heats up, it gets dark. Talk to me. Egypt, particularly the land of Ham, dark as gypsies. Y'all still with me? Psalms. Yeah, read Psalm 78 and 51. They ain't reading their Bible. What you mean color? Color do matter, boy. Color matter all through it. Color matter. If color didn't matter, why we didn't tell the truth from the beginning? Yeah, color matter. We gonna talk about color all day. What you talk about? I ain't dissing nobody. I ain't saying this, not the other, but you lie. You lie on history and you lie on biblical history and our own brothers that's melanated, scared than a church rat. Psalm 78 and 51, black, the sunburn, and those whose soil is black, as Ethiopia means. Father, ancestor of Cush, Ethiopia, Mizraim, Egypt, Hut, Libya, Canaan. These means races, not individuals. Races, not individuals. When you get your basic Bible, look in the front, look at the map, and you see all those people on there, all those so-called tribes, races. Just like people talk about these are 12 tribes. Man, what are you talking about? When I be telling people, Hebrew, that's an oxymoron. Hebrew, that's mean part in the sea. We'll break, before you was called Israel, what were you? I don't know. I know you don't. You can't be called an act. Oh, just because you do an act is gonna change your lineage and your bloodline? No. Okay then. So you need to correct yourself, don't you? Yeah, but I don't know how to. I already showed you. We ain't even going there. We already went there. We'll let you have that. Egypt, being the first civilized, was singled out as the chief country of Hamite settlements. Solid grandeur marks the Hamitic, as in the earliest of Egypt, Babylonian, and Arabia. the first steps in the arts and science seemingly are due to the Hamites. All the European scholars will tell you this. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. He had 3 sons. They had the same amount. They weren't no different, Chinese, Mexican, area. They were the same. And if my mama had a son, just to keep it right, and the pigment was different, he's still my brother. No matter if he's an albino, he ain't white. He gonna look like me. He's just gonna have a pigment deformity. The same way a European would have a pigment deformity. Stop playing with me, man. Stop the cap. Stop the stupid stuff. Read Genesis 10 and 1. Now, when the universally agreed by Bible scholars, theologians, and anthologists that the Negro race descended from Ham. If this be true, we must rely upon the Bible and the Bible only to give us nothing but the truth as to who were the descendants of Ham. And when we have discovered who they were, then we have learned who were the misnomer Negroes, because Negroes are his descendants. I already broke this down in early lectures. No one can deny what I'm saying. If you butt hurt, so what? Who then were the descendants of Ham? As the oldest history, the perfectly reliable source of information on this subject. Let's do it. Let's talk about the Bible that they all got in their hand. Well, I'm a biblical scholar. No, you're not. Like my Noble Malik say, no, you not. If you disagree with what I'm saying, you arbitrarily explain it. No, we're dealing with facts of the matter. You're not no biblical scholar. You just disagreeing because I'm telling you the truth. You're not no scholar. You can't be. Let the Bible itself answer the question. The Bible itself is just like a lion. Let it defend itself. And we are told that the sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Hut, Canaan, 4 in number, Genesis 10 and 6. Somebody correct me. Can somebody read that? This is too simple. Somebody please read Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. Because, hey, like Jay-Z said, what more can I say? And then for my Islamic brothers, you better not come and say nothing because y'all retarded too. Let somebody use religion to act like we ain't brothers. Paint your beard red.
Genesis 10 and 6 reads, and the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan.
Okay. Since these were the descendants of Ham, as the Bible tells us, and the descendants of Ham are Negroes, then this is plain from the teachings of your Bible that the 4 sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Hut, and Canaan were Negroes and their descendants. Anybody want to argue what I'm saying? They're a fool. But who were the descendants of Cush, Mizraim, Hut, and Canaan? Well, okay, go to Genesis 10, 7 and 19. I told y'all, man, we gonna keep sticking the fork in them. Or the Bible is some white man book. Who told you? Who taught you that? Who? Your preacher taught you that? Your mama taught you that? Oh, she got that picture of Caesar Borgia on the wall. What Bible you reading? What Bible you reading? Because I'll wait. I'll wait daily when all these characters, where the Bible is. What are you reading? Who were the descendants? Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the Hivites, and the Archite, and the Sinites.
Huh?
And the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinites.
7. That's chapter 10, verse 7 through 19.
Oh, 7 through 19.
You don't got to read it all, but that's good. But for reference, make sure you read through 19. Islam. So what you find the names of not only nobles, prominent individuals, Hamites, or Negroes, Brian, given, but also the names of nations who played an important part in the formation of the Bible history, such as the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Gerasites, the Hivites, the Archites, the Sinites, the Arodites, the Zerorites, the Hammonites, and the Canaanites. All those ites. I told you we on them. I know they don't study. I know they ain't read nothing. Man, this be so fun when I do this. Like one of the kids said, man, you should have Bible trivia for these preachers. I said, why? So they can get embarrassed? We don't need to do that. We don't need to embarrass them. We know they don't know nothing. Why are we going to embarrass the brother? But you know, some niggas with their ego, they'll get up there thinking they so smart and get embarrassed.
said that. You should have what?
A quiz bowl with preachers and just to embarrass them. I said, no, I shouldn't. I ain't into that. Unless your ego.
No, you have to come join us and help us build this.
Right. This is what I be telling people. I'm telling everybody, come build, come learn. Bring people with you. That's what this is about. And whenever we find these races or nations in the Bible, we know that they are misnomer Negroes because they are what? Descendants of Ham. It makes no difference where we find them, y'all, whether in the Old Testament or the New Testament. This rule holds good. See, we almost done. And it's not only the rule, which is absolutely biblically and therefore safe to follow in designating the descendants of Ham or the Negroes of the Bible. See, it is this rule we have adopted and will follow in pointing out various Negro characters of the Bible. And despite the opinions of others, because I don't care about nobody's opinions if you can't prove what you're saying. 1 Thessalonians 5:21, prove all things, to hold fast is what is good. I'm proving all what I'm saying and hold fast to what I'm saying. To the contrary, we have the satisfaction of knowing that we are in accord with the word of God, the very highest authority of the subject. We in accord. I don't care how nobody feels. They say, we don't care about that. I know we in accord. I know that. While it's admitted generally that the misnomer black race or the misnomer Negro descendants for Ham, it is claimed that Noah put some curse upon Canaan. But I showed y'all it couldn't be. He had all these prosperous offsprings, one of Ham's sons, and therefore his descendants of the Negro race are divinely cursed and are inferior to other races. This is a grave mistake because the Bible does not sustain such a theory. The Negro race is just as fully blessed by, it is blessed by God the Father of all mankind as any other race. And this we learn by a careful reading of your Bible. Watch this, my brothers and sisters, when these people telling you, oh, you a slave and a part of you gotta die. No, a part of them gotta die. How are you a slave? And you made in the image of God. Just like they say, oh, them Islam, Muslim, and them Nation of Islam, no disrespect. The earth is the devil's playground. That's stupid. I want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. I'm not playing with you spooky fools. I'm not playing no game. The earth is the devil's playground. Okay, then what the heaven is? I ain't never been to heaven. Miss me with the cap. Miss me with the cap, Malik. We enjoying life. But the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. We living as gods on earth. We are the gods on earth. The scripture says we made in the image of God. It didn't say we had to die to be God-like. Now watch this. This is what it says. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. This the story. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And these faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And when he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall be unto his brother. Remember, I broke that down before you earlier. Can't nobody curse you and no drunken stupor or nothing. I don't care who it is. So it's claimed by many that from this passage of scripture, Canaan or the Negro race, descendant of Ham and Canaan, is cursed, which is not true. When the flood was over, watch this, Noah's mission as a preacher was ended. He so recognized it and settled himself down with his family on a vineyard when he drank wine to the extent that he became intoxicated. He was in no condition to utter a divine prophecy or curse upon Canaan, for God never used men in such condition to curse or bless anyone. So the curse which he had pronounced upon Canaan was not from God at all, but the expression of Noah himself in his own human weakness, indicating his displeasure at the conduct of Canaan, the same way Negroes do today. He no doubt was angry at that time and spake as one in such a temper in those times naturally would speak. But again, God had already blessed the descendants of Ham before Noah made his attempt to curse them, remember? And God had placed his blessings upon them and had not withdrawn it. Noah had no power to revoke whatever God had done. However, great his desire to pronounce a curse, remember? in his covenant with Noah, God pronounced a blessing on all the sons of Noah, remember, and their descendants, which included Canaan, the descendants of Ham, which is plainly proven by Genesis chapter 9 and 1 and Genesis chapter 9, verse 8 and verse 9. Write these down. We stepping on their necks. And God blessed Noah and his son and said unto them, be faithful and multiply and replenish the earth. And spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. When I'm telling y'all, brothers, Jesus, Yahshua, whatever name you want to call him, was under the order of Melchizedek. I'm telling y'all, when I don't be disrespecting nobody place, when he talk about the most high, that means you the highest ever everybody. Malik can be super high, but then when they talking about sheep, they say, well, he the most high. I ain't disrespecting Malik. He's super high. He have his chiefdom. But hey, if I'm the most high, if I'm higher than that, then I'm the most high. If we dealing with martial arts and Malik is a black belt, 1 guk, and I'm a black belt, maybe 4 or 5 guks, I'm a little higher than him. I should have a little bit more understanding. I have a little bit more rank. It's not to diss Malik's chiefdom. Stop the cap. We need to further proof than this to show from the Bible itself. That is untrue to say that the descendants of Ham or the Negro race is a divinely cursed race and therefore doomed to be inferior race. For God placed a blessing upon Ham's descendant, the same as upon the descendants of Shem and Japhet. Y'all got to know that. Y'all got to know that. Just remember the crossing of the Red Sea. Remember, a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. Exodus 12 and 38. Are ye not children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? With a question, said the Lord, have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt? With a question. And the Philistines from Captor, and the Syrians from Ker? With a question. That's in Amos 9 and 7. I want y'all to understand this, man. The Egyptians considered themselves, and the Negroes, the red and the dark, black races, as of one stock, children of God, aka Horus. The mixed multitude that attended the Hebrews, Exodus chapter 12 and 38, on their departure from Egypt. Remember, we are the Arabs, we are the Egyptians, we are the Liberians, etc. and so on. It's in your biblical scripture, y'all. So I don't want to go too further. When we talk about in the biblical scripture, you can read Exodus 12 and 38. We talk about the mixed multitude in the pillar of fire. You can read these things. A mixed multitude of Egyptians, Nubians, slaves, captives, Egyptians, and all those who hoped to be blessed and benefited with Israel fell to the ground before Moses. Remember? So I want to stop right there, man. I don't want to go too further with it. I want to just stay in shallow waters. Any questions?
Just gratitude again for the re-illumination, you know what I'm saying, the reiteration on the history of the Bible and, proving that we exist in all facets of life and all dispensations. So gratitude for that.
And you got it. It's the Bible history of the Negro. I think I sent that to everybody earlier. We gotta know this stuff, man, because it's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to happen even more. But when we operate in the right way, when we in the right law, when we in the right science, we're going to be here. I'm telling you, it's always going to be small groups. Think about that, man. It's always with small groups. Those are the ones that have the right science. So, like I said, nobles, be free. If anybody got any questions or anything that's going on, please be specific. Because I'm telling you, don't do nothing that's going to get you and your family in trouble today. Because this is the last time I'm talking about any CCRD letter, any AA22 number. Today is it. We're going to keep on teaching, and whatever my muftis want to talk about, we're going to teach that way. I'm probably going to start doing some of my, my tarot cards again. I actually did one of my tarots today, and I just do it a lot for myself, each week. And, a lot of my cards that I pull, I do this stuff for myself. I don't do none of this stuff for no one. A lot of people will ask me to do them. Be like, man, can you do my tarot card? I said, but it don't mean nothing if you don't live by it. So I do my cards for myself, and I do a lot of the cards over y'all life. So I end with a little bit of some of the Navigator tarot of the Mystic Sea, because we always navigating. I got some other ones, my Orisha cards. I use those sometimes. But I'll just give a little preface of my tarot card readings that I do for myself and everything that we do. But the navigator, you say what, Noble?
Islam and gratitude.
Absolutely. But the navigator sailed the shining seas, charting a course between sharp, faithful rocks and perilous cliffs to harbors, grateful rest. And when the journey's done, sought other quests. It followed that a tree, long dead, replied by blocking safely dead's long, heavy slide. The navigator climbed across the wreck, sighting the eagle, who was destined guide. Stay with me. The navigator slept and saw a dream, a library of books set in the heavens, stretching beyond all logic, infinite, until a special shelf was offered sight. A figure on the left removed a book, and in succeeding visions gave a look. The pages all were blank. To write a new, a fresh philosophy they undertook. Remember when I say in martial arts, when you get the manual and you learn all the skills of the master, you have to burn the book and then you have to rewrite the manual. Then you have to rewrite the manual. Think about it, because you don't want the manual to get stolen in the wrong hands. So you got to master all the skills and burn it up. Then you got to rewrite the manual and give it to your pupil. That's a whole nother teaching. The navigator scribed to learn this source. Hermes revealed the holy Kabbalah, the archetypes from the eternal base, create clear symbols which in turn embrace this terra of the mystic sea to bind all navigators of future mankind who chart their unknown course across those seas that lap the edges of our inner mind. So I pulled these today for us, and I want to go over a couple of them. I pulled 4 of them. And so the first one was, where was it? Where am I? All right, here we go. It was intuition, which is the Hierophant. And of course, you got the Kabbalah tree on the back. These signs and symbols, I'll break these signs and symbols down. It's just like in my Spirit Builder book, one of my ancient Masonic books that cost stacks. I'll show y'all what these pictures mean. When I'll be talking about abracadabra and who's knocking at the door, I'll let y'all know that that's all of it means something, but it really don't. But I just like to reveal all spookism so nobody can catch you up with BS. But the Hierophant, the intuition, you may be required to make sacrifices in order to move on with your life. You are in a vulnerable position, for much is demanded of you. And if you fail to give, you will not achieve supremacy over those who will pull you down. Endurance will be expected of you during this transition, and you must be patient and forgiving. Look for deeper meanings in your current situation. Reconciliation helps you see exactly what is going on and what motivates your aggressor. So reconciliation don't mean you getting back with it. Reconciliation is forgiving yourself. It's just like, say me and my wife, she's forgiven me for something. That means reconcile that. She shouldn't bring it back up. You know, and so when you understand this, it helps you see exactly what is going on and what motivates your aggressor. When I tell y'all, you understand how to deal with other people when you understand the astrological sign. And when you understand, you know when to hold on, know when to fold on. Once you operate in the higher science, all that old stuff that you did is just like a recovering alcohol. I knew I tore up all them cars, but that's why I'm recovering. That's why I can talk about it. If you're still talking about it, then I know that what motivates my aggressor, and I can deal with it and move on. I can deal with it and move on. Islam? I'm telling you, that's for somebody. That's the Hierophant. That's the intuition. Watch this. The emperor. Here go the emperor. You are an emperor. Propulsion. When you use ability with restraint, just like I said, you got to use your ability with restraint. Meaning, if you're in a race and you're getting ready to race a whole bunch of turtles and you a greyhound, you ain't got to jump out the box. Why? Because you surveyed the land. That's an analogy. Stay with me. When you use ability with restraint, it reaches like a laser beam of focus light, which has incredible penetrating force in whatever direction you turn in. You have a highly competitive spirit, which seeks to skillfully outdo your rivals by clever maneuvering. You see, we navigating. When they be like, how the BBT doing this with that little bit? They ain't getting all these donations like these characters. She can't get in $250,000. Oh, no, $4 million to save him to do all this. How are you doing all this? Why? Because our heart is pure. I just told you. It's that light, that laser beam focus, that spirit which seeks to skillfully outdo our rivals by clever maneuvering. Be sure to use your amazing force for benevolence purposes and make certain the end justifies the means. You see, we own, that's what we own. So when I talk about, I may have one, let's see where that one went. I think I might have a couple more that I wanted to go over. Yep, because I pulled two more. I pulled the Magician and I pulled the Propulsion. Oh, I gave you Propulsion. Oh, I gave you Emperor. So it's another one I need to pull. Intuition. Yep. Okay. So let me get with the Magician. Encapsulation. Having fulfilled an absolute balance. An absolute balance. There we go. We're talking about that yin and that yang. We talk about that pendulum swing the same way to the left as it does to the right. Absolute balance between the two hemispheres of the brain. We talked about that yesterday. Then we create a point of power which produces incredible vibrations that influence those around us. We possess superior abilities of perfection. With this capability, with this capacity, it is possible to restore to trickery and manipulation. But this is a dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Like I said, somebody said, Sheik, if you was a criminal, you can do all the stuff that they doing. Why? Because they ain't smart as you. They said, but it takes a lot not to do that. It takes a good man not to do all those things. It takes a good man to stay truthful. You know, I've been staying silent for a long time. I ain't did none of the scandalous stuff that these brothers and sisters do. So I know our time is coming. But I gave you Propulsion. I gave you the Emperor. So I just wanted to give you all those four, and there was just some tarot cards that I was going over that I pulled based off what's going on, you know, and how we move. So take that to your heart. You don't have to take it to your heart. The cards, and like I said, the cards are always not true. I always tell people that. Cards are always not true. It's cards. Remember that. You can change the pendulum of everything because everything has its duality. Remember that. Everything has its duality. So with that being said, man, I give gratitude. I give love. I give honor. Any questions? If not, you see we got that BBT blazer going on. You see we got that BBT blazer going on, Brian?
I see it.
We got that BBT on the back, you know? We got that BBT blazer, so yeah, gratitude, man. It's just a good, like I said, man, it's just always good to be righteous and stuff start to slow down. You know, that's all I be telling nobles. Like Malik said, man, brothers' physical health got to get right because it shows the attention. It shows what you really be looking for. And like I said, it stick out like a sore nail. It's like on Sesame Street when it used to be like, one of these kids is doing their own thing. Now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game. And that's how it be, you know? And so I really, really hope brothers, man, choose to come to class and learn and ask questions. We have scheduled classes. We don't have to give our finances away. We can build our infrastructure. You can get tax-exempt receipt. We can have our own sports teams and things under our organization. You know, just like people was on my personal page asking these questions like, well, how? We right here. We need the people. And we don't have to be talking about what nobody doing or nothing. We can show the world what we doing because people want to see a sermon instead of hearing them. And we've been putting our money and our time and our effort where our heart is. And once again, we casting out our net to all brothers and sisters to come join us. Come sit down and have an honest conversation. You know, be truthful with yourself. You may be operating wrong and you still have the time to correct those things. Don't continue to go in a burning house and let your pride have you like that, which some people do. They continue to go in a burning house and here's somebody to help you get out of surgery. And then you can testify and say that surgery was good. And you know other people that need that same surgery. And we just watch each other die and fall down. That's not community, family. I just have to say that because a lot of us be acting like they don't watch social media. And I know we do. And it's a lot that's going on with all these characters that's been around forever, collecting money, saying they're going to do this, saying it's pro-black this, saying they doctors and PhDs, saying they're going to make schools, saying they're going to do all this, saying they conscious community. Then they got the conscious hustlers. Then they're going to say this. Then they say they deal with Forex and Bitcoin. All this. All through all that storm, we still been right here in solid. We ain't said that we ain't collected no money, said we got no 400 acres and did no fake ribbon cutting. We ain't did none of that. We bought 10 acres with our own funds. We taxes in for the federal government. We ask our brothers and sisters to support. All my muftis are pillars in their community. My mufti Lamarck is a professional ref. My noble Lamarck is a coach. All that. Work for the airport. My noble Alonzo, professional. ALO Design Pros. You say what, Malik? You say what, Noble?
I said you mean Malik, not Lamar.
Yeah. No, I meant Lamarck is Lamarck ref, and you a coach. You know. And we got so much that we can share with people, man. And you know, just like yesterday was all on my YouTube channel, and a young brother, he said he was 33. His name is Kari, just like mine. And then people be saying they've been following me forever. Okay, so now what? After you follow, now what? Just like you court me and you court me. Okay, well, now after you courted, now what? We ain't gonna be in a relationship? What we here for? And brothers be talking about movement. We here. We're like, brothers, please gotta tell me, what are we waiting for? And that's what I'll be wanting to ask my brothers. What are we waiting for? Because we real. You gotta check my background. I ain't never did no fake stuff. Said that with no green screen. Talk about I graduated from school and I didn't, which I did. I ain't never said I got this land, which I don't, and I do. I never done that to nobody. Never got with a group of scam artists and said this is some Black Wall Street. I never got with a person that called himself Billy Carson, because I know the real Billy Carson that graduated from Harvard. That's a real millionaire. I ain't never sell no snake oil. And so if I've done all these things and then try to reinvent myself, y'all, I'm talking about myself. I wouldn't even feel right talking to y'all. Y'all shouldn't even feel talking right to me. Y'all be like, well, wasn't you with this person doing this? And wasn't you with this person doing this? Y'all can go all in the archive to see me doing some shady stuff. How righteous can I be? And nobody have nothing of that with me. None of that. Come on, man. That's why I say I feel great about what we're doing. We're going to keep going, but we got to show the world we can do. We can build this infrastructure. And I close with this. When y'all watch that preacher, we'll play it one day and y'all will see how much money these preachers be getting. And you see how their lives be extravagant. And under his deposition, he's stuttering with that toupee on, spent millions and millions and millions on nothing. Got Bentley limos and Benzes and cut a damn Benz and made it a limo. Said he only wear Gucci and Prada suits because the material good, because he sweat a lot. Negro, go to the cleaners. Talk about he sweat a lot. So you got $30,000 worth of suits? 30? Man, that's what that little funding and what he spent on entertainment and food. Man, I could have had a temple in Sacramento where my mufti's at, and I could have had a temple back in my city of Flint, and still have money to do stuff and travel and support people and write books and do all this stuff and do community service and charitable events. Still have money left over. You say what, Malik?
I said facts.
And that's what I be telling us when I be like, I ain't comply. I said, look, and he not gonna go to jail. He just went through a deposition because he got about like 30 pages. I told y'all, man, people be afraid when they see me because I know their real names. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I used to travel with all through with the Baptist Congress. I know them all. When they be seeing me now, oh, you just evolved, chic. Yeah, I know. You just got fat with a toupee. They used to be on TV at night. They call it the prosperity preacher. I'm telling you, and that's what they do. And it ain't no disrespect. And if you were smart, you don't have to lie because you tax exempt. This is what I be telling us. We don't have to do nothing criminal, but these people be using that to live off their lives and live like entertainers. I don't need that. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's why I say the money is there. Look how it's being mismanaged. When y'all look at that, everybody for a chance, look how all them funds come in and he just talking smooth. You know how they talk, but you still lying. And that's why I'll be telling us what the power we have to do, y'all, to where just like Noble Drew Ali said, he's going to leave the European here long enough to show us how to do things. Well, we take models. Look how the churches ran. When I talk about nonprofit startup and tax exempt status, Malik, when we be talking about that. And you was like, man, Sheik, I see what you're saying. That's how we can own our community and our buildings and have businesses. How? Through the church. It's tax exempt for the federal government. Everybody giving their money to Uncle Sam, and then you think you're getting a tax return, but you're only getting a small tittle of what Uncle Sam took out the whole year. It's just like reading your consumer bill. Most people don't know how much energy you use each month, what they charging you for. If you do, break it down, because I know you don't. I just had to figure it out a couple years ago, and it's still tricky. It's still tricky because they play a game. You know, it's a game, but people, they don't know. And I asked a person, how much have Uncle Sam took out your taxes out the whole year? Well, I don't know. Well, when you sat down with that job, what did you agree for Uncle Sam to take? Whatever percentage. I don't know. It's a couple percentage on there that Uncle Sam take. Whatever percentage Uncle Sam take, you happy to get back a tittle at the end of the year instead of supporting your religious and charitable contribution of your choice so we can build? That's what this is about, y'all. And they continue to fall on deaf ears. And that's how all these other organizations are operating. And y'all seeing these mega preachers, they might be under deposition, but they're not losing. Why? Because they're not lying to the people. A mega pastor, he say, this is for my home, and this is for this is for this, this is for suits. He not losing. He might say he invested in this and that and the other. But the people, they donate the money. And then some of them not even getting a tax exempt receipt. This is, I'm saying, the dynamics of what we doing. You get a home expense. All y'all ministers is called the parsonage. So all the homes that the ministers stay in, if we got 10 ministers and we have 10 parsonage, then all my minister it's a parsonage. That's tax exempt. Our vehicles, what? It's part of ministry. This is what I've been trying to tell people. We can get things donated in our community and fix them up. We have a religious community. We got to stand behind somebody with a blueprint. And that's what I'm telling us. If misnomer Black people trusted all these characters that they don't even know, Malik, they don't even trust all these people with these fictitious names. Like I told a person, why would you invest in some land with somebody with a fictitious name? You can't look them up. And if they have land, you can look them up just like you can look us up. We said we got land in the middle of Arizona and Vegas. You can look up the BBT, Sheik Goodman Bay, Malik Reedale, Lamarck Barclay Bay. Look us up in the city records. Boom, they sure do own 10 acres. They sure do. Bam. And this is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm telling brothers. What are we waiting for? Y'all, we steady beg and think we got to get something from somebody. Only people get stuff is what? Slaves. You get civil rights. We want what's due. And then we fall under religious laws, y'all. We got to understand that. Just like the Mormon, just like the Amish. Do y'all see the Mormon and the Amish arguing? All the United States, they trying to make us stand for the national anthem, or they trying to make us get some COVID shot. Have ever y'all seen the Mormons complaining? No, because they don't do nothing with the government. The Amish neither. The religious laws trump everything. And these Negroes still falling on deaf ears. I mean, come on, man. Family, we right here. I'm casting out my net. I mean, please, before I'm gone, before this internet stuff is done with me, brothers, please, any questions that we have, let's come. Let's support something. Because I just used these for speaking points. We supported the brother, that the Al Islam brother that said he had 400 acres, called it some damn never farms, and it ain't none. And he linked up with all those people that hustled y'all. He linked up with all those people to hustle y'all. Because if he was part of the Nation of Islam, which the brother is, you do that in your set. So clearly, you ain't finna hustle your people, is you? You gonna take it outside and then think it's okay. It ain't no 400 acres. Where it's at? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying, y'all. Where the Black Wall Street, where all this stuff at? Watch Pocket Watchers. All that stuff is payola. Payola. What? If I'm an influencer, I'm going to pay you to what? To get all your people that follow you under this bull crap, which is a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. And all of this stuff been proven a pyramid and a Ponzi scheme. All of it. All of it. Go on JT Pocket Watchers and watch it. He could never have me on there. I'll never be on none of that stuff because I have the same education as he do and more. And I'm older and I have real businesses. I don't care if you're a financial preparer. That don't mean nothing. You know, that don't mean you know how to do business or make money. It don't. Just like a person got a degree, that don't mean nothing. You got a degree. Now you have to live it and exhume those things. That's just paper. So a person can show you how to put your money into smart investments so where you don't lose it and low interest where you can make a profit or ROI over the course of time. They can show you how to do those things and be smart with your money, you know. But that don't mean they rich. They got to deal with people that have money to be in business. How you a financial advisor if don't nobody got no finances? Think about that. So you have to deal with people that have money, that want the ROI or want, a return on their money that they have over a course of time. So they might want to find some people to invest like myself. I have companies. They say, oh, he got these companies. We can help you do X, Y, Z. We just want this kickback every quarter or blah, they split. See, I do real business. And that's what I tell us. We can create anything we want once we do things under our religious organization, and then we have a conversation and talk about these things. So any questions, y'all? Anybody want to ask me anything while I'm here? Because like I said, I feel great, man. I'm going to be gone in a minute. And when I say gone, we going into the community. I'm going into these temples and to these church houses, just like Farrakhan, just like any other person. And I'm continue to build with those that want to build because it's bigger than the internet with me, y'all. It's bigger than the internet. We all got money, Malik, and that's the point. And I have to say that we all got some money. We can't do nothing without no money. I don't understand why people be afraid to talk about paper, because everybody give to characters and spend. We can't have no temple. We can't have no school. We can't do nothing without money. And if we understand that we can use the money that we're giving away willingly to Uncle Sam and cipher it to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice and get a tax-exempt receipt, we can build. We can own things. And then the people that know how to work with their hands, brick masons that know how to fix things, we build our infrastructure just like the misnomer Mexicans and build a religious community. And then we have our big compound off the grid. You can't have an off the grid compound in a neighborhood where you got local and state laws. You're not going to own nothing outright in the neighborhood. You got laws. And this is what we've been showing people. You said
last time, and on Sunday you had the people was the Hispanics was renting, the Latinos was renting out the conference room here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they ain't no day. Yeah, so they doing it.
And we can do it, man. I just want brothers to come out their shell, the right people. Everybody be hitting me up. The sister that was on our page said that she got hustled by all those people. And like Malik be saying, so if you got hustled all these people and come to us crying, we're not crying, and explaining what happened, now what? You afraid to be who you are, so you're going to stop, or you're going to get with the right people. It's just like if I've been cheated on by my empress and I say, well, I don't like, missing black women no more. Yes, I do. I just got to find the right one. I ain't going to go turn my back on what I believe. Why? I know my conviction is right, but I know they're not right. If you're under the right teachers and the right muftis, if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. So you should have smelled that like an alcoholic. What? The prophet is not right, so the temple is not right. So you got to remove that and seek it out. And we've been on the internet for so long. That's why you saw the other brother. Now, I've been following you for years, She. You've been following me for years. Are you a groupie? I ain't no rock and roll singer. I ain't no rapper. And then if I was an entertainer, you ain't buying okay, watch this, Malik. And if you was a groupie, you ain't even buying my merch. Ain't that a bit? You ain't no fan. Here it is. I got merch. I got books. You ain't even bought none of my merch. I'm saying, brothers and sisters, please, we gotta do better. We gotta be proud. And as I close, there's a lot of brothers that's operating wrong. So if you operating wrong, you can come here and get your questions asked. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and you might have to lay down for the stuff that you already done, because you can't bring stuff to me after you done that stuff for years and then try to call me on the phone and spew all that stuff to me and send me emails and pictures of stuff. No disrespect to you, brother. I'm not saying no names or nothing. So please don't get offended. Please, brother. When brothers do these things and they get themselves caught up in all this stuff, and I ask them who they sheiks, and they say they study more science this for this long, and then you try to throw all that stuff to me and send me stuff. I don't operate like that. An attorney won't operate like that. An attorney won't even look at your paperwork without you giving him something, without a retainer fee. And people be thinking I'm gonna read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages, Malik, sending me stuff of their cases and stuff. I'm not gonna read it. No disrespect. I'm not gonna read it. I will be polite when you call me, like the brother did. I'm just being honest, because I told you I get so many emails, and I'm gonna start talking about everything. And I tell people I can't defend nobody. I'm not defending nobody in no court, especially if you don't went to court and you done got these things. Somebody send me something. How can I defend you? I'm not your sheik. I'm not nobody legal representative. I'm not your legal aid, where if you do got a attorney or a lawyer and I'm looking at your case in your best interest, ain't nobody gave me no money. That's why I say this more science stuff is poor science, when people can find you and get your number and call you and say, oh, sheik, I need your help. I don't rock like that. And it ain't no disrespect. And if a person feels any other type of way about what I'm saying, so be it. So be it. I know, and I be telling people that's not real. I've been on all these older men to call themselves sheik getting caught up. Oh, I got to go to court for this person. For what? What you are you skilled in this? No, you can't even file no paperwork. And these people already had the plead to things. And then they go on and then listen, and then y'all getting this Duncan's Masonic stuff, this European lower level Mason stuff, and it means nothing because you're not a Freemason. So when you're going with that stuff and you're saying you a Mormon, when you're going with that snowman wisdom in those houses, you're going of the false pretense. You're not even a Freemason. Then what charter are you under? Who you part? None. Zero. And so it's all a game. And I keep telling people it's all a game. And I've just been warning grown men like this forever. Yeah, they will think you crazy. Yes, I done told people, yes, you will get your kid took. I've been telling people this stuff. What they thought. I don't be making up. I don't want to say real names because I'm protecting the guilty. I told y'all I knew women got their kids took from the social services. Then cut their power off, listen to somebody, the sheik, and then they're having class, got some generator running, and the police come right in. That's illegal. I've been telling people this a long time. So I hope brothers and sisters listen to what I'm saying, man. Please don't lose your life. Once again, brothers and sisters, don't lose your life playing sovereign citizen games. If you want to know anything about the Moorish Science Temple and how it's set up, if them persons say they're a sheik, they should explain it to you. And if they don't know, they need to get with the right ones. I have a school, you see, the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, where you can come learn. We're trying to build our brick and mortar again. I had one with a whole bunch of stupid Moors. My Empress right here, I shut it down. I don't mind destroying nothing. A lot of them old fools went to jail. A lot of them lost their wives dealing with this poor science. So once again, man, I'm full. Do anybody got any question they want to ask? Are they confused or anything? Anybody on his social media world? Is there any question that anybody want to ask? Anything? Because today is the last day, unless somebody specific want me to talk about something, because we're moving forward. Any question?
Don't just sit there in silence.
Yep, because that's what they do, Malik. They sit here in silence and they sit here and come to class. And I say, do you got any questions? Because we'll answer any bull crap. We invite anybody in. But you have to come with love and respect and not coming with no made up stuff, because I don't care what no one's saying. If it's the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's only one. Just like it's only one BBT. Can't nobody tell you about the BBT, about the bylaws, but me and my muftis. Can nobody tell you about the Moorish Science Temple of America if they're not a member or a sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple of America? If not, then they just going off pretense. They can't talk about no paper of the Moorish Science Temple of America if they're not part, because I am. And it don't make me better than you, but it tells you that we have a lesson plan. We have rules and regulations, how we do things and what we teach. And if you're going to teach anything outside of that, then you have to be an educator and a professional in that set in real life. If not, you have no business speaking upon that. Period. Period, point blank. You know? So, like I said, I'm done. I was done 20 minutes ago. I was saying, anybody have any questions? Like I said, don't nobody have no more questions? I'm not answering nothing. Because like, again, I'm not your sheik. I could be your sheik, you know, when everybody be saying, oh, they hear this or they go to this temple. And I'm saying, well, your sheik is incompetent if he don't know what I'm saying. It's not a diss. You can't be a sheik if you incompetent, because it's qualifications. It's prerequisites that you got to have. It's prerequisites that you got to have to even promulgate, to even lead brothers. And if you're not there, then you have to say that. And that's why stuff be stagnant. And we're not going to be stagnant with nothing we doing, y'all. We got to understand that we a body and we taxes in for the federal government, and we got to keep moving. Our brick and mortar is next, man. Once we get our brick and mortar, everything else is going to happen, because we can use everything, man. Once y'all see us operating, y'all going to see basketball camps and other ministry. You're going to see young nobles with jackets like this on, going to school professional, wanting to be doctors at a young age, want to be professors and business owners at a young age. It's going to mean something to them. We're going to have our junior nobles. We're going to build these young brothers up at a young age, and these young empresses with their turbans and feathers on at a young age, articulate. This is the clock of destiny that I teach, man. This is the clock of destiny that I teach, man. When you see these brothers with this turban on, like Malik said, Malik done learned. Did you learn something? Yeah. Wisdom. That's why he got that turban on his head. That's why he wear that fez. He's learned. He applied something. Come on, man. I love everybody, man. Please support the BBT. Please support it. If you want any literature, 602-473-8767. That's what our Zelle is attached to. You can donate anything, no matter if it's $5 or $10 or 50 cents, whatever it is. I don't care. I want to put my books in your hand. I don't just want to sell nothing. I don't want you just to go on mypdfbooks.com, that's books with the Z, and binditbooks.com and just purchase stuff from me. I'm giving you the opportunity to get things from me for small donations, because we're the source.
Wisdom of unity is what you are provided.
I don't know how much more I can say it. If I read all the emails I be getting from college students and their parents and be like, man, thanking me for the work I'm doing, just like, man, we know you don't see, you might not feel you getting the respect that you're getting, but we see it, and it's going to happen, you know, and everybody giving me positive words, you know, and the support I get, you know, here it is, Europeans, like they don't know nobody that done this work and can talk to these Europeans and Albions and even our own people, and they all listen. And extensive history and a plethora of wisdom and all biblical scholarship and history and law. I need my brothers and sisters' help. You know, I'm not asking nobody to do nothing more. I'm just saying, decipher some of that money that we waste and support our temple and school. I'll give you a tax-exempt receipt. You know, listen, I'll show you how to file exempt. You can file exempt on your job forever when you're supporting your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. How? Because I can give you a tax-exempt receipt. You're not tax evading. See, all these people like Wesley Snipes, all these people that think they smart and they don't want to pay taxes, well, you support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and you build your infrastructure. If Wesley Snipes say he know martial arts and all this, well, martial arts should be your spirituality. Your dojo should be tax exempt so you can help poor kids, so people can sponsor kids. How? And now they're tax exempt. You live in your dojo. Once I get my big building again, I'm gonna live in my temple. You know? Why? Because I'm gonna have rooms to set up like that. So this is what I'm saying. We can do this, man. We can support, and we don't got to give our money away to Uncle Sam. I can show us how to do this. When you're part of a religious organization and a charitable contribution of your choice, you can file exempt. And at the end of the year, I give you a tax exempt receipt. So you get to your tax preparer. What you want to know is the percentage of taxes based off what you make, how much you can give to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, you know, to offset your taxes. That's what we're supposed to do. And then we're not going in our pocket no more. What are we doing? We deciphering money that's going to a private banking system and deciphering to our religious and charitable contribution of our choice and watching our infrastructure and watching, seeing what our Sheikh Khari Goodman Bey do exactly what he's going to say he's going to do, because you know he is. You just got to imagine if I had $4 million in one calendar year like these brothers did, and they still asking for donations. I didn't know that brother raised $4 million until the numbers came out. Y'all got to imagine if I raised $4 million. I ain't even raised 100 bands. I was getting ready to go back and see. You say what, Malik?
People got to understand that we got to get this ideology about, I'm going to do it all myself, or self-made millionaires and all that old crap. You have to have a community of unity in order to get to where we're going and collectively together. The only way to be able to pick us apart is individually. But if we only as strong as our weakest link, that people have to really understand what that means. You're only as strong as your weakest link, and if we're not coming together, then we always gonna be apart. We gotta come together. We gotta unite. And this is the only way it's gonna happen. But it has to be through the wisdom, and your heart gotta be right. You can't come over here with no broken heart and over here with criminal ways and trying to do people dirty and thinking it's going to pan out right. Okay, you might get away with a little like some of these criminals, but in the long run, wait till the road runs out on these people out there doing all this mischief and madness and using people in the wrong way. Wait till it happens. Then you're going to see what happened and what they did. The short road to having wealth for a short period of time, it comes to an end.
Yep.
It comes to an abrupt end.
Yep.
So, we got to come together, people. That's just all I'm saying. If you have questions, come get the wisdom and understanding and you know how to apply the wisdom and the knowledge.
Because that's what we're
going to the BBT. Is where it's at.
Because that's what I want to start talking about, man. It's like, come on, what are we afraid of? One brother was talking about trust. I said, well, what do you trust? Who you been following? Because you ain't been putting no money with this. You've been following me for years. You've been seeing me and my muftis here for years. Malik, people been following us for years, saying the same thing, saying they've been following us for years, but no support. That's crazy. Like here it is. I was this close to going back to my city of Flint. Me and my dad and my wife and a couple people, supporters, and y'all, we was getting ready to buy a building for $100 grand. Man, my professor called me. He was like, please don't make that mistake. And they were like, that's going to be one of the biggest investments. They were like, do something else with the money. They were like, figure it out. They're like, no God man take their money and buy no building. He was like, for what? They were like, you think the people going to be there? Like, what are the people doing now? They're like, you can't even get your friends and family to log on. They can't even log on and get $40. You're going to pay to keep the lights on when nobody be there? You might as well keep doing the things at your home and going to all these other places and let people anoint you. But my professor was like, but I know if you raise that money, you're going to buy it. Yes. If I raise $4 million, you think I ain't going to buy a building? And if they want $100 grand, I'm from the city of Flint, I'm going to get it for less. I'm going to offer them $70,000 cash. Why? Because it's going to sit there. I might offer them 50. That's one brick and mortar. Everybody get a tax exempt receipt. But we be thinking we getting a tax return and we not. And that's what I be telling people, like right now, Malik, even families, say if I'm married and I support the BBT, and say if I ain't giving 10%, okay, well, I'm getting ready to write Uncle Sam a check, especially if I make $100 grand or depending on my income. But say my wife make just as much as me and she don't donate, she got to write a fat check to Uncle Sam. And so then we can't even support our infrastructure. But what if the money that we give to Uncle Sam, we support our infrastructure? Say the husband and wife, one give $20,000, the other gave $20,000 to the church and don't get no taxes or receipt or nothing. But they do that to the BBT, that's $40,000. But she done bought a building. I mean, what we talking about? Now we done bought homes in the neighborhood. Everybody tax exempt. We giving all our money away to Uncle Sam. That's why I said we don't have a Moorish community. How? You don't have to be here to support the BBT. You can support everything what's going on. How? Just like if you sit at home on your butt and you go to a Joe Osteen church, or you go to Peter Popoff, or you go to TD Jakes' house, Potter House, and you donate to the mega churches. Or you a member of that man church that I shared on Instagram where he's spending all y'all money and ain't nobody reaping the benefits. That's why I say ain't nobody supporting here, and we can do that. That's all I'm saying, man. Support the BBT consistently. Make a pledge.
BBT gonna put the money to work.
We gonna put it to work.
That's what Sheik's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The good use of your kids gonna be the thing. We gonna change the generation.
Because it's gonna happen regardless, with or without donations. If it be from what I done, all the little pennies I scraped up and all these connections I done made out here in Arizona, that I'm doing so much for people. Like right now, I'm doing so much for little dollars. My professor and one of my elders said, that's okay, because when you getting ready to start getting paid for just cracking your toes. I said, what? He said, you're gonna start getting paid for just being a map and a guide, being like a consultant, because like that's what you should be. So be okay with it. And that's what I'm telling us, man. I know what we can do. And so I'm not afraid to use this as a map, brothers. Again, we need our supporters. We need our supporters. If brothers know where buildings at and land, we can have this stuff. But we don't have enough people coming together talking. We're not having these conversations. Everybody trying to be criminals, want to beg. No, we use our funds like the prophet and them did, and we build infrastructure. So I love y'all. Gratitude, peace, light, and illumination. Brian, you can give us our Moorish American prayer. Malik, our benediction. If nothing else, we out of here, man.
Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation. By night and by day, through his holy prophet, through Ali, Amen, Ashe, Shalom Aleichem, Sha'ar. Go ahead and over, Brian.
Anybody got our benediction?
May the goodness of Allah be with you.
Malik crazy.
I don't know my heart yet.
Anybody got our benediction?
Give me 1 second.
All right, no rush.
For our closing prayer, may the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou should strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brother, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield and the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, or behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconsistency, there is still a greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Al-Haq.
Al-Rahman, El-Rahim, Ya-Haq, Ya-Muhammed.
Peace, peace.
Peace.
Gratitude, nobles.
Boy, the day's coming, y'all. The day's coming. We about to see each other real soon.
Right there.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Peace. Take us out, B.
That fresh beat.
Take us out, B. I want love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
With a Z.
Broadcast brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z for reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindingbooks.com. Where churches are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at Urges of Ma'at Son's Tea of Teas, Divinely Prepared. Also, be sure to check out all of those musical scholars by Brian Hicks Bay at vhbaymusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out MorrisHaberdasher.com. For that everyday, especially Morris Jerk, be sure to check out MorrisSachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO, Design Pro. Design your online business strategy today.
Speaking truth, seeking heart, leaking knowledge, leaking seeds, sowing, harvesting, man, nigga me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing, to quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I've been trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy, either you gon' do it or you don't really, it ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing, consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. That's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Y'all call me grooving.
My run now.
Yep. Man, gratitude, man. Love y'all, nobles.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace to everyone. Thank y'all for taking time out y'all day, for listening to us. Gratitude. Anybody that need anything, like I said, books, documents, anything that y'all need, hit me up. Please check out our companies at morrishaberdasher.com, My PDF Books, that's books with the Z, bindedbooks.com, all our platforms, man. Anything you need, Turban, Fez, Shemag, Morris Regalia. And if you just have any questions, man, that you want to get in the right place and be my guest for classes, you're more than welcome. I love all y'all, man. Peace, light, and illumination. Peace. Okay, you good, bro.